backstage. It is a very, very special evening tonight. It is the 13th annual Eye in the Arts benefit auction, and my very handsome co-host is Clint Castle, and Clint is the chair for the Manitoba division for CNIB. And well, first of all, you get 10 plus.
Thank you, Tracy. This is one of our signature fundraising events. It's our 13th annual Eye on the Arts. It's unique to Manitoba, to Winnipeg, across the country, and it's just become kind of a spectacular evening, supported by the business community and by individuals. We could not be happier about what happens after this is over. All of the money that's raised goes towards programs and services for thousands of Manitobans who are blind or partially sighted.
Oh, and you know what? I love that ringing of the bell that you hear in the background, because every time that bell rings means...
It means we're selling another ticket for $100. We're selling 100 tickets for anywhere that WestJet flies. It's $3,000 cash prize towards a trip anywhere they fly, and we're going to make sure before the evening's over those 100 are gone.
You have such a compelling story on how you even got involved with the CNIB.
You know, I really have, and I was one of those really lucky people in that I had a terrific career at Manitoba Hydro in a variety of different areas: human resources, marketing, communications. And at the age of 45, literally within 4 weeks, I went from perfect vision to legal blindness. I lost about 97% of my sight in a very short time. And that was pretty alarming, as you can imagine. But because I worked for this remarkable company and had already put in 25 years, I finally summoned the courage, after trying to keep it from my company for the better part of a year, to tell our president and chief executive officer that I could no longer read or drive. And he had a tear in his eye, and his name's Bob Brennan. Truly one of the most remarkable CEOs in this province, recently retired, as you know, from Manitoba Hydro. And he said, "Clint, whatever you need, you tell me. Your career is intact, nothing changes." And literally that day, it's almost as though my sight improved, and I continued to work for several years after that in a very meaningful and successful way. And the day I lost my sight is the day I went to CNIB and volunteered.
My goodness, and look at you here today. And you know, Clint, you are just one of the many shining examples on how people can adapt. I've met Tara Miller, I've met Shep Shell,
Exactly.
And so many others that have done so well, and we cannot say enough about what the CNIB does.
Where we're really in the independence business, and every one of us that is blessed with the kind of support systems that we've had, both from family and business, I think it's incumbent upon us to make sure that we impart that to those that may be facing more significant challenges of finding work, keeping work. And so that becomes pretty much my crusade from this time till it's done.
Oh, well, you've done so well, Clint, and I can't say enough. I'm so thrilled and honored to meet you. And you know what, tonight we're going to show you a little bit more about the Eye in the Arts. We'll celebrate art, we'll celebrate life. Joe Aiello is the host of the evening, and there's going to be another very special guest that you'll meet that we're all very excited that he has chosen Winnipeg to come and visit at this time.
Thank you for coming out to cover us. It's been a pleasure. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
So here's a look at the 13th Annual Eye in the Arts 2012. Promised there was a special guest here tonight, and here he is, John Rafferty, the President and CEO for CNIB, and welcome to Winnipeg, John.
Oh, it's always a pleasure to be in Winnipeg. I'm here a few times every year, and what better occasion to come than an art auction?
I know, know, and this is kind of interesting as a fundraiser for CNIB.
It is. We have it in two places in the country. We have it here and in Victoria, and it's a great way to celebrate what we do in the community, and it's a great way to have the community come out and help support us. So we really appreciate what Winnipeg does to help support CNIB. We've been around for almost 100 years. We have offices in cities across the country, 60 offices across the country, and we support 157,000 clients across the country. So it's a large organization with thousands of volunteers and 1,000 staff as well. It's phenomenal what we do in helping people fully participate in life. I mean, we're there to provide the training, the confidence, the skills for someone who loses their vision to work with families when if they have a child born without vision. End to end, we're there to help support Canadians.
What is it like for you, John, working in an organization like this and being sighted?
Well, it requires me to spend a lot of time listening to our clients, which I do. You know, I have a history of blindness in my family, and I'm very familiar with the services of organizations like CNIB. But I take a lot of time talking to clients wherever I go across the country, make sure we understand what's important to them, and that we're building our services around that.
Does it surprise you that they can be so independent and that really eventually you see them for their talents and for their work effort before even knowing that they're blind?
Yeah, no, it obviously doesn't surprise me anymore, but I am always still amazed at the courage that people have to take those first few steps to get back to the level of independence and travel and mobility. The musicians, the athletes I know, people that compete for the country in the Paralympics are coming up this summer and have done in the Winter Games as well. I mean, it's phenomenal courage, and we're a catalyst. Sometimes we get credit for really their courage, and we're there just to help enable people to provide that confidence, the skills, but it's really from within that it comes.
So here's your chance, John. If there's one wish, as the president and CEO of CNIB, if there's one wish, or maybe a couple, that you'd like to, express to the people out there for CNIB, what would it be?
Well, I think that for us, what's really important is a society that is fully inclusive, and there's a lot of blind Manitobans, some in the aging population, but also of all ages, and they're fantastic people. So, just make sure you embrace them as members of your community. I think that we've got such a philanthropic city in Winnipeg. Just keep doing what you've done for us for the last 94 years. So we really appreciate it. We've had a fantastic office on Portage Avenue. As I say, I'm here 2, 3, 4 times a year, and it's great to spend time with the staff and the volunteers in Manitoba.
Well, thank you so much, John, for choosing us tonight on a wonderful warm spring night. John Rafferty, he is the president and CEO for CNIB. We're just about to sit down for dinner, and then it's auction time. Thank you to everyone that made the 2012 13th Annual On the Arts Benefit Auction a big, big success for CNIB. And we'll see you next year. For more information, go to the website cnib.ca. For Backstage, I'm Tracy Koga.